Hi boys and girls, today we're going to talk about a very famous Mexican artist. Her name is Frida Kahlo. Frida Kahlo is one of Mexico's most famous painters. She was very heavily influenced by all of Mexican's great styles. In this next project, we're going to talk a little bit more about a collage. A collage is when we take an artwork that's created by combining many different materials together. We've created quite a few collages this year throughout the school year. Which brings us into our next project. We're going to do a Frida Kahlo collage. Our learning goal for this project is we're going to be producing a work of art through mixed media that utilizes multiple processes. Our learning targets are I can identify objects made by artists, and in this case we're talking about Frida Kahlo. I can get ideas from many cultures, and in this case we're talking about Mexican artwork. And I can create texture in my art, and we're going to do that when we add other things to our artwork by gluing it on. Depending on what materials you choose for your collage, some of these might be optional. You will need to have a piece of paper or something that we can use as the base for our collage, and you will need something to write with, whether or not it's a pencil, a pen, or a marker. Other materials you may need today are scissors, glue, crayons, scraps of anything that you find, and leaves. For this project, we're going to be doing a little bit of drawing and then also adding other materials to create our collage. For the drawing part, if it's easier for you, you can find these directions under the Files tab in Teams that you can look at on the computer to follow along or print out and follow along. If you don't want to use either one of those, that's fine, because in just a moment we're going to do a step-by-step drawing on part of our Frida face. Alright, let's get started. Welcome back, boys and girls. So today we're going to start with drawing the face part of our Frida Kahlo before we add the other pieces that are going to make it a collage. Alright, so we're going to start with step one. Step one, we're going to start with the face, and we're going to leave a lot of space up here because we want to add extra materials for our collage part of this project. So the first thing that we want to do is get the face. And so our paper needs to be vertical, so long way up and down. If you don't have a piece of paper, you can use a brown paper bag or anything else that you want to draw on. Just make sure that you've got a lot of space at the top, so I prefer it to be vertical. All right, so the first thing I want you to do for step one is we're going to make a big U, and we're going to do it right towards the middle of the page. So we're going to start on one end, go around, make our U. So that's step one. Moving on to step number two. We're going to add the neck, and the neck is going to start here and it's going to go all the way down across the page. So we're going to need two lines. We're going to go one down here all the way down to the edge, starting here all the way down to the edge. Now we're ready for step number three. Step number three, we're going to start by adding the bangs for Frida Kahlo's face, but we're not going to draw anything up here because we want to keep this open for right now because that's where we're going to be adding the collage part of our project. So we just want to add the beginning part of where her bangs would be or where her hair is going to part. All right, so that's step number three. Number four, we're going to add two ears. So we're going to start with one here, and we're going to go on here. And step number five, we're going to add a little bit of the hair, but we're not going to connect it all the way across. We're just going to do two little lines, curved lines that go up to the side that just give us the illusion that this is where her hair is going to be, like it's up on top of her head, kind of like a bun or a ponytail. All right, we're ready for step number six. We're going to add two eyes. So eyes, we're going to do them in an oval shape, almost like a football. So we're going to give her two eyes. Okay, and now we are going to add a nose, and we're going to start right here, and we're just going to make a very simple nose today. We're going to just start from the middle in between the eyes, and we're going to go down, we're going to go around, and we're going to hook down. So we're going to start here, down, around, and we're going to hook it up just a little. So right now we're not getting too detailed right now with our eyes and our facial features. Our main focus is that this is a collage combining a drawing and mixed media things added to it. So we don't really need to focus too much on the details of the face right now. Just make sure that we're putting them in the correct spot. All right, so step number 8, we're going to add the lips. And we're just going to make some big lips for her. And now we're going to make, for our last step number 9 of the drawing portion of this, we're going to add eyebrows. Frida Kahlo is known for having what's called a unibrow, where her eyebrows kind of connect and look like one big eyebrow. So what we're going to do is we are going to give her the unibrow that she has. And we're going, because we want this to be able to look like Frida, and this is going to really give us that facial feature that makes it look like it's Frida. So now we can tell that it's Frida because we added our unibrow. All right, now I would like you to get out those random materials. So right now, if you haven't already, I want you to pause the video and I want you to go find some random materials, and I'm just going to set some of the random materials down right here for what I've went around and I've gathered. So I gathered some from outside. I gathered some of these silk flowers that I found around my house. I just pulled a couple of them off for the project. I found some of these flowers. Then I found some palms that I had, and I found some yarn, some fun yarn. So now you're going to gather all of your random materials. And what you're going to do for this part is, Frida Kahlo is known for having these long, big, elaborate hats or headbands, or she liked to have flowers in her hair and fresh things all throughout her hair. So what we're going to do is you're going to find some random objects or find some random things, and you can glue them down if you'd like to, or if you don't want to use glue or you don't have glue, you don't have to. You can set them on top of your picture and then take a photograph of it and upload it for me. That works. So you don't have to glue it down. I'm actually not going to glue any of my materials down either. But what I want you to do is I want you to gather some of those materials, and you're just going to figure a way that you can set them all up so that they look like a nice headpiece or a nice hat. And you don't have to use all the pieces that you found, but it's good to have a nice variety. So as many as you can find, I suggest to grab as many as you can because you don't have to use them all. And I'm actually going to use, let me show you what I'm going to do. So I'm going to use all the stuff that I have. And let's see, I'll put this one like maybe right there. And I'm even going to put some of my palms throughout here. This also gives us that Mexican folk art style, is whenever they use the bright colors. So these nice little pops of these palms are going to give us a nice little picture. And now we've got our nice piece. I saved these last 2 little leaves because I'm actually going to set them down as if these are her earrings. And I think I'm even going to use some of these crayons that I have here, just because I think it might be fun to maybe make it look like this could possibly be the top part of her collar to her shirt. All right. So once you're finished with your Frida Kahlo collage, if you'd like to go back, you can add color into your collage. You don't have to add any color in if you don't want to, but if you'd like to add the color first and then the materials on top, you can. Or you can call this finished, take a photo of it, upload it to me, and I hope you had fun. Thank you.